Hey all, and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles 3. We've done a bit of dossing about right now, doing hero quests and whatnot, so I think it's time to actually continue with the story. And hey, bit of action right off the starting mark here.
Unfortunately, it's not story, but these things are always interesting, so do whatever you feel like.
Using Xeon's class right now, so if I'm able to get that big old R on the right off, I can absorb attacks and use them to boost my own attack.
It grants you the Awakening buff, which is a very rare buff. I think only 2 classes in the game can currently activate it, and the other one is much, much later on, close to the end of the game. Awakening increases your damage and lowers your cooldowns and all that kind of really good stuff. Just honestly really nice to have. It does only activate if something hits that shield while it's active though. So you gotta make sure you're taking a hit when you use Deflector Field, or else the Awakening won't activate.
Lots of technical stuff just as we start a sesh. It gets the mouth limb, but Lance was launching into the stratosphere there.
I must go. My people need me.
He's fine.
Hey, check it out.
I have been spending some time in between parts and, during, in between the previous ones as well, watching some videos from NL, who people probably know is very big in the Xenoblade community for YouTube stuff. Usually very knowledgeable about classes and things like that, so he's got all the good info about what's good to use for certain classes and how certain things work. So check him out if you're interested in learning more about this game and anything in the Xenoblade series, really.
Indeed. And, continue to watch our thing, smash that like button, hit up Patreon, etc, etc, yada yada yada. That noise is starting to get to me a little bit. I'm glad it's died down now. Sadly, that means something else has died up there, but, such as the way of a world where you live to fight and fight to live.
If you do ignore the enemies trying to fight each other, you do have to listen to the noise. Unfortunately, I think there is a set of enemies higher up, or maybe at the top of this, that you just kind of have to listen to the whole way.
So these are vines. It's not like a inclimbable type of thing, so I'm not sure why we needed Valdi's help per se.
I don't really know, to be honest. It's just kind of, I guess we thought that they weren't strong enough to hold us, before Valdi's help, and maybe he taught us the right way to do it so that we wouldn't break the vines.
God bless that little Machina lad.
Why it was Valdi specifically that taught us how to do this, considering nothing about him really says that he's good at climbing, other than maybe being able to climb 11ths, I guess.
Certainly are genociding a lot of birds at the start of this sesh.
Both of the choices that you had for these fights were just different types of Turkins.
Oh no, we got involved in a civil war spot.
It was like the Turkins from the lower area versus the Turkins from the higher area, and I guess they met in the middle.
Oh, it's raining. It's absolutely Britain land right now.
So I mentioned a couple sessions ago, Jesus Christ, that thing is terrifying to see.
Really?
In the distance there. Fortunately, it shouldn't bother you as long as you don't hit it, so...
But the view is spectacular.
I mentioned a few sessions ago that we should be getting into some of the very cool, important story bits once we climb up here, and we're going to be getting to that today, and I hope you are as excited as I am to learn more about the mystery of this world.
Oh, absolutely, mate. I may have heard of a phrase known as the Endless Now. Please don't elaborate on that. I'm sure I can ascertain as to what it means. Z is the one who says it. That's all I know.
It's definitely an important thing, I'll tell you that much. That's all you need to know.
Spin.
I've said it before, it's just so fascinating to watch someone else play this game. Obviously I've watched the videos from, class guides and stuff, but just watching the moment-to-moment choices that you're making is so radically different than how I play. It's just absolutely mind-boggling to watch, I think.
It's just nice to have, like, the ability to switch on the fly. Because you remember back to Xenoblade 1, you went in and you were locked in. That was it. Like, if you picked the wrong party member and, you know, you happened to essentially be going in a circle in a boss fight, tough shit. You just have to die and reload and restock your party in the right manner and then go into it. But I think it shows how far we've come that we can just have our party the way we want it to be. God damn, that looks nice.
Even with, like, the mist covering it, yeah.
Now, I did dip my toes into Danak Desert a little bit, so we won't be seeing the Vista flyover for that, but Raybell Tableland. I don't see a single table here.
It's a giant mesa at the top of this cliff, and that's why it's called the Tableland, because it's all pretty much flat land, aside from the few obvious hills that you can see.
Okay.
That's funny. I'd never noticed that before.
Oh, do they not have armors where you're from?
Hickville.
Yeah, I meant getting old. Is that what that is?
Oh, it's literally from left to right.
It's called getting old. This.
It fucking sucks.
That smaller Armu over there.
When you only have 10 years, the idea of
over time.
anything else living longer is so alien.
But we never changed.
Even the concept of a family,
Ah,
like they see here, is something that is completely foreign to them.
That's really depressing.
It is, yeah.
Oh, hang on. I think I just discovered the point. Oh? What is this? I wanted Wakanda forever, not this shit. Oh, hello, Ed.
Civilization leads to hope, which in due time turns to despair. The significance of the stasis is driven ever deeper within.
A moment in time.
Oh.
I'm just gonna keep quiet whenever some of these characters are shown, because if I say anything, I'm gonna say things that I shouldn't say.
Well, I know what Ed looks like without his mask. These guys are new.
working stinks.
Ah,
They all learn sooner or later.
there he is.
They learn how priceless it was, how grossly irreplaceable. The eclipse grows near.
Eclipse, never a good thing. RPG, movies, TV, etc., etc. We really shouldn't have purchased this place. There's far too little of us for how many seats there are. Oh no.
They get along nice. Must be good friends.
Again, the concept of a family is foreign to them. They don't realize that's what this is.
Wow, he's mounting her. They must be really good friends.
Jesus Christ. Really glad that I stopped before I took a sip of my drink, because it would be everywhere.
Still, I think I could get used to this.
Well, maybe not for much longer.
Yeah. Me too.
I think Mio's still at the point where she has 3 months left before the homecoming.
What the f...
She's the closest of the party. All the rest of them are probably at least a year until then, I would say.
Okay, so...
Supply drop. Looks like we might get lucky.
down here, I think?
So much to see.
Yes, it's around this lake. Yeah, you can see it there.
I'm not sure, Spar. Is that it?
It could be, Tom. Sometimes it shows the icon, like, through walls and stuff. And sometimes it doesn't. And so that's why I kind of lost it when the icon itself disappeared.
Oh, this place is nice.
I think that is the unique monster fish that I was talking about before, that you just saw a moment ago.
Take the strain, you.
This all right?
Oh, they don't have the ether canister on their backs like this. I
Huh.
thought they always had it on their backs. Oh, maybe that's part of the blade. Or it appears here. I'm not sure. That's so odd.
Yeah, a little bit.
A brand new vista. What a world.
Oops, they found us.
Oh, okay, since you insist.
Fine.
Time for the big loving fist. God damn. Just some Turkins on their morning walk.
And they just look and they go, you know what? We're good.
Let's not go to the water today. Quite close to a level up here.
Well, relatively.
We're unstoppable with you around, Senna.
I'm the oops.
Oh, because you're within 5 levels of the 22, he wants to go for it.
Fair enough, I guess.
And the other guys are just, you know, following along with their mate. I do miss the way that topple and stuff worked from Xenoblade 1, where if topple is already applied and you use another topple art, it extends the duration.
Ah, yes.
I do miss that. That is unfortunately not in this game. Because there are other things that you can do from a topple, because you can either do days or launch, I guess is why. And they don't want that to be more broken than it already is.
Oh yeah, you could easily stack those endlessly.
It's already pretty easy to endlessly get the combos and stuff because of how certain classes work. Let's just say that some classes have a very, very high chance of applying break even to something that resists it very strongly.
Jesus.
So you could get the combos very easily, even on the super bosses. I've seen one of the best ways to grind some of the in-game materials is to actually, because after you finish the game, you can lower your party's level.
Yes.
Like in Definitive Edition, you could lower your party's level to 1 and go fight the level 200 super boss, or whatever super boss, and just constantly use the daze and burst combos, which will make the enemy drop items every time burst hits. And so you can just keep doing that, and because it's stuck in the combo pretty much infinitely, it will never actually hit your party.
Not to be rude, Bob, but I've just been letting you talk, because, you know, it fills up space, and also I have birds to kill.
I feel like whenever I go on about the super bosses in this or Kingdom Hearts, it's just kind of noise sometimes.
Speaking of noise, you should play Neo The World Ends With You.
I did play most of it. I stopped on like the next to final day or something. I need to watch the ending at some point because I was interested in the story. It was just at the point where the gameplay wasn't doing it for me anymore.
Fair enough. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, these enemies are really annoying because they have an AoE knockback and they use it a lot.
I'm helping.
I think that was an instance of the awakening or deflector field not working, so you didn't actually get anything from it.
Okay. Probably just run past these guys.
I don't remember where all of this cave leads to. I think it actually, all of this is optional, like area stuff, but I'm always of the mind of just kind of letting you explore how you want to, so you go for it.
What kind of place is this?
Isney Ledge.
Oh, right, it leads back to this Turkin area where we were at before. This is above where Valdi's storage area was.
Hey, get a load of this. Getting dark already.
Yeah, I think I recognize this. Ooh, there's a thing. Don't aggro.
Shall we deal with
Fuck.
I'm pretty sure this is an enemy type that has a 360-degree aggro range, because it doesn't really have eyes. It's one of those kind of things.
Oh, he's wacky.
It is a bit wacky, yeah. Looks like it has like armor or like scales or something, so I think that's why it has a high block rate as well. So if you do get to do a chain attack, I think Senna's chain order will be a good one, so you can bypass that.
Right. Ow. Thank you. I have plenty healing.
It's generally not recommended to have your Ouroboros pairs be the same role. Like you have both Uni and Tyon as healers here, because when they go into their Ouroboros form, you're not going to have a standard healer. Or if you went to Noah's form, you wouldn't have a standard tank.
Right.
So sometimes that can actually screw you over, and sometimes it's good to kind of mix those up. But it also isn't that big of a deal. It's just kind of a thing you have to watch out for occasionally.
Almost there.
Let's get on it.
I might have the answer. Leave it to Uni.
Check out what I've got in mind.
I would go with Unis first.
Let's fucking go, innit?
Start with, I think, lands, yeah. One of his attacks. Good break.
Like you said, positionals don't matter during a chain attack.
Yes, of course. Hit the topple with someone.
Very cool.
And then finish it with either Mio or Xeon.
Nice.
I like how they cock the gun twice whenever they do the attack for War Medic.
Aha, this is the one, right?
Yep. Sinez has a chance to make your attacks unblockable, and actually, as you get higher level, the percentage chance for all of these things will increase up to 100, depending on how high your level is.
Nice.
I think the ones that lower defense max out at 50 percentage points, though. So you're not going to get that big of a boost off of those, just to be clear.
Observe my thrust. How's this for a plan?
Ah, very unlucky. You did not get Xeon's order on this one. Use both of your healers first, yep.
Plenty of healing there.
And finish up with Noah. Hopefully you should get up to 150 here. Yes, nice. 151%.
Bravo, baby.
I don't think this will kill, though. Oh, yeah, it did. Nice.
Have a little faith in it, Tom, baby.
Have a little faith in the damage multiplier, more like it.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, that was a good battle. And here's the thing I actually wanted.
It'd be rude not to.
Oh, I can see a guy down there.
I don't think we got him when we were down there before.
Oh, a climbing thing.
Good thing you found this.
I don't know if I ever went up there.
Why don't we have a look, Spur?
Sure, this will be new for me too, probably. And before there's like a level 80 monster at the top.
You fucking what, mate?
I mean, there might be. Really nice thing is when you grab a ladder or vines like this, any enemies will immediately de-aggro so that you're not, like, getting hit while climbing. I think if something aggroes to you while you're climbing, it will stay aggroed, like if it's a bird or something. So you do got to watch out for the very rare case when that happens.
I use that a lot during Xenoblade 2, I can tell you that.
Come to Uni.
Don't you fall off, thank you.
I had one time when I was playing this when I did fall off a cliff because my control stick drifted. It's like one of the only times that my 8-bit DOE controller has had the joystick drift. And it caused me to walk right off the edge of a cliff one time, and I hated it.
Well, you know, If it's going to be the one time, it may as well be memorable. Oh, is this a secret area?
I have.
It is. Yeah. Okay. I definitely did not ever go here. Very close to the edge there, Lance. Noah, what the fuck?
He's just excited to be here, okay? Alright, definitely not jumping down there. But hey, we have a map, so let's use the map. Just here.
I think that's on the lower level, yeah.
Fuck it up.
Go to the one right next to the spout. Conqueror's Peak, yes. That's at the top of the wall of vines.
I am so good at reading a map, you guys have no idea.
If they had the names of all the landmarks on the map, one, the map would probably be unreadable, but two, you wouldn't know which one is which without having to, like, hover over it.
Now, there's no level 80 frogs gonna jump out at me here, is there?
No, there's gonna be some, like, stuff that'll attack you, but I don't think there's anything, like, super high leveled in this area. You are approaching a forced cutscene, though.
That's fine. I mean, we basically explored a mountain range. I would like a little bit of a break.
These trees here should look familiar.
I think so?
Saffronia trees, as we will learn, were in Xenoblade 2.
Ah, yes. In Uriah, I think?
I mean, we're heading towards the Urian Mountains, basically.
Just brings me back a bit. It reminded me of someone.
Oh yeah?
You gonna give us a flashback?
We're in the part of the game where we're learning more about Tyon, so expect to get a lot about him in the next few sessions here.
Full bloom before.
It's special.
Huh? So why give this to me?
Not to say it'll be exclusively about him, because other people are going to have stuff too, for sure. But he is a bit of the focus when it comes to the Saffronia trees, because of this character right here specifically.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I have all that much time to spare. But soon.
I never paid attention to what that watch is for. That's for keeping track of what term she's on. I'm pretty sure. For whatever reason, I always thought it was just like a typical pocket watch that just looks weird because of this world, but I'm pretty sure that is keeping track of, like, her lifespan.
Sorry.
Not to worry.
But why? Why did she show me that picture?
To put the idea in your head, mate. She wants you to go there.
The memory.
That was my take on it, anyway.
You see this photo? You can go there.
Oh, wow.
Not unheard of.
Huh?
Noah, I gotta tell you, dude, the shoulder pads, not really working for you.
Well, at least the tree's getting watered. Thanks, British weather.
Are we getting more cutscenes, or is it throwing us back into gameplay? I don't remember.
Come on. I swear the first help thing that popped up when I booted up the game was the give up thing. You need to stop doing that.
These soldiers.
So that's meant to be a live feed of our characters, but it has their default outfits on.
Lies.
These are your targets? Sir.
Yeah? You'll handle it, right?
And it's because they're consorting with enemy soldiers. If that's so, shouldn't we question them first?
You're a hell of a stickler, aren't you? I could just go and do it the K way.
Ah, I see. Hypnosis, good.
but where's the fun in that?
Forget it. There's just no zest.
Also, Kay got his shit
This
pushed in.
time, I'm gonna take a different angle.
Only because there was black fog around, to be fair.
Let's do this, Izzard.
Without that, he probably would have killed us.
This console's a little dumpy, I have to say. Oh, what the hell are you doing?
Go on, spill it for me. Give me all your feelings deep inside.
Not entirely sure what happened there.
Almost like we'll learn about what happened shortly.
Oh gosh, I hope so.
Well, probably in the next couple sessions. Probably not today.
It's always another session, it's never now.
What kind of place?
It's a long game, Tom. I'm sorry.
What do you want from me? It's an RPG.
You can't have instant gratification in a game that's 100 hours long.
I think I should. Also, I think it's perfectly fair to start on the third game in a trilogy, especially with a bunch of other games. They should tell me everything right away.
Honestly, I think this game stands on its own very well because it's so disconnected from the first two in terms of the story that it is presenting. You're going to miss a lot if you don't play 1 and 2, or at least know the story of it. But it can work. It can definitely work.
Yeah, unlike Kingdom Hearts 3, which I feel really benefits from you playing the other games.
The fact that they put KH3 on the Xbox by itself before they had any of the other games was baffling to me. Even if they added the collections later on, the fact that they did that first was just so massively confusing.
Well, Kingdom Hearts just feels like an afterthought to Microsoft anyway.
Yeah, that's true. The image of the KH2 reaction commands with the Y button will always be cursed for me. Strangely enough, seeing the game on PC and having the tutorial that says Roxas can walk forward using like the arrow keys or WASD on a keyboard, somehow that's less cursed than the Xbox controller for me.
Well, I mean, Microsoft is so diametrically opposed to Sony, at least in my mind. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Probably going to get a level up from this fight.
I think a couple of your party members might, but some of them will probably miss it.
Alas, Spa was right.
Yeah, not quite.
Have a little lucky poo over here.
This area, I believe, is where one of the secret bosses spawns, but of course that has a trigger for it to appear later in the story, much like the super bosses in 1 that only appear after the Mechonis core.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about it running around right now.
Oh. Zanza bless.
Okay, buddy. Surprise me.
Lots of stuff.
If you're anything like where I was at, you're probably going to max out on gemstones before you get a good chance to use all of them, just because of the other stuff that's required to make the gems.
I think you were right when you said items feel a lot less important in this game. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it's a case of like streamlining to the point where, I don't know, maybe you could have done an alternative. I'm not a game designer. I can't give you an example of what that, other thing could be.
I think, at least in Xenoblade 1, the items were so everything. Like, so many quests depended on you having specific items, to the point that you were kind of always thinking about it. Especially for stuff like the Colony 6 restoration. It was very important that you go find very specific items. And there's not really anything a lot like that in this game. There's a couple things that are similar in terms of long-form projects or quests that you have to get items for. Most of those I feel like you can kind of choose which items to turn in, like some of the quests that you found previously. And so they're a lot better in that sense, that you don't have to find the specific things. You could just find the ones that are easier and just find a lot of them instead.
There we go.
I really like the thing you have going with Noah's Ouroboros where you just pop into it, give power charge to everyone, and pop out. It's such a cool idea that I never would have personally thought of, because I like to get as much out of them, like, whenever I use them as possible.
You know, if it's there, I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, for sure. This thing has an AoE, that's why it's hitting everyone.
Well, I tried. There we go.
There's your level up.
Yeah, baby. I'm coming. Oh, it's those dirty Agnians. And I'm going to side with them. Fuck you, Kevis.
I think a lot of people in the comments have recommended going for the Nopon coins, depending on how much you like using them for, like, leveling up your class ranks and stuff. I would kind of recommend that too, because I wish I had done that. Because I spent so much time not doing the story, I spent a lot of time just leveling up my classes separately, so I didn't end up using a lot of the coins in my run. And I feel like if I had saved them for doing that, instead of just letting them max out and go to waste, I could have gotten a lot more benefit out of them. I ended up going for the XP a lot, and of course I ended up over-leveled in my run because of that, and because of, you know, the circumstances in which I was playing. But, you know, it is a thing where you can do whatever you want. It sort of matches to whatever you feel like you need at the time. How much of that did you pay attention to?
Not a lot, I'm going to be perfectly honest.
That's okay.
I'm just focusing on the gameplay and making sure I'm getting my positionals, doing the taunts when I need to, which honestly is correct about 50% of the time.
The thing about the Guardian Commander taunt, I think it also applies a very low damage over time. Just not that much damage, but it does also increase the aggro that you're gaining on top of the taunt itself. Guardian Commander doesn't actually have any arts with increased aggro generation like Zephyr and Heavy Guard do. So you're almost entirely dependent on that taunt, for one, and getting your Awakening buff so that you're doing as much damage as possible in order to keep aggro.
Old Corner Battlefield. Why does this place seem familiar to me?
I don't know if it's a place from a previous game, but it is very important, and this is the thing that I have been referencing the past couple of times about very important story things and revealing part of the mystery.
It doesn't look recent. Been here a while. And the battle, it must have been massive.
It's not just infantry. I see Feronis wreckage strewn all over.
There could be stuff here we can reuse. We should look.
Yeah, good idea. Let's split up and have a look around.
Waste not, want not, I guess.
Do you have any idea what's coming here, by the way?
No, actually.
Stuff we can reuse.
It's so much better that way.
This junk is rusted through.
I know there's like a thing in Chapter 5 that's supposed to be mind-blowing, but I don't know the context.
Oh, no love. The connector's the wrong size.
I mean, you could sell it, I guess. Oh?
This one's Kavesi. You've been here for quite a while.
And the bodies are still here, so they didn't have an Offseer.
Oh. Oh.
What is this? Why is my name on here?
To be honest, I could have figured that out from the Noah in the intro, but damn, seeing it. Just reused over and over and over. The endless now.
We saw this when we first ran into that Mobius at the beginning of the game when they became Ouroboros. That bit of the claw reaching toward Uni's eye, that appeared for a split second.
I said, did you find anything we might be able to salvage?
Definitely not my mental health, I can tell you that.
Nothing at all. Not here.
So they retain a little bit of their memories on each iteration.
I'm going to stay quiet. I'm not going to answer that one way or the other. I'm just going to let you wonder about it.
All right.
Christ.
No way that was me.
There could be a billion Unis out there.
Just someone with the same name as me. A coincidence.
Also the same race.
It also looks like you and had a similar job. Wait a minute.
This doesn't add up at all.
Hey! Over here!
It's a golden flame clock, but wrecked. I've never seen one.
A real golden flame clock.
What does that mean exactly? What's the difference between a regular one and a golden one? Oh!
Yes, it means the colony reached gold rank.
This is how we find it.
It's a Kavesi, isn't it?
Yeah, has to be.
For all that, I'm not seeing any Agnian corpses or weapons. What does it mean?
Means they won?
Sparks.
Well, think back to that memory or whatever that Uni had. Think about what may have wiped them out.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Not sparking again.
Hello. Yo.
He looks really cool. Or it. I guess it's just an automated Levnus.
Well, Levnus is Kavesi. What's this thing called?
Oh, Levnus is just the general term for these kind of mechanical enemies used by both nations.
Fair enough. I'm glad someone got that topple, because I was starting to feel a little bit insecure about going into this thing.
Having Xeon in the party for that extra topple user is really nice. Also, he just kind of works well as a third tank to make up for what I was saying earlier about using Noah's Ouroboros taking your tanks out of the party. Although usually the hero characters are not great at tanking because their damage is so low, they can do the job occasionally. Ah, this is one of the few enemies in the game that actually has a lower physical defense than ether defense.
Huh.
Neat.
Not sure if that means anything, but it's going to get chain attacked all the same.
Yeah, most enemies have a higher defense to physical attacks than to ether attacks, so it's actually pretty rare for it to be the other way around.
Very nice. Fuck it. While it's toppled, I guess.
Yeah, go for it.
Defense down or go with Yippee?
He has 0% block rate, so go with defense down. Because he's never going to block attacks, judging by what I'm looking at.
Fair enough.
Start with Sana. Okay. I said that too late, I guess.
They're the attacking duo, mate. God damn! Not bad.
I am pretty sure this is not going to kill just because it has so much health left, but it is going to do a good chunk of damage.
Good enough. I'll cock my gun twice.
I've got an idea.
Yeah, Xeons is always good to go for. Like I said, you always want to go for the heroes if you think you can complete their order and then another one afterwards. Because they're not going to use up anything on that gauge down there.
Pretty close, but no brava.
You're probably going to get Tyon back. Yes, which means unfortunately you're not going to finish another round.
Well, at least we're all healed up for now. Now I can be Ouroboros. Okay, I wonder where he went for a second though.
Yeah, it has an attack where it burrows underground, which is impressive for such a large machine, actually.
Oh, come on, I'm so close.
Yeah, it's really hard to get to the talent art. One, when your level is so low, the interlink level is so low because it builds slower at lower interlink levels. But also because you're just kind of missing some of the stuff that makes it easier to do that you get later on.
I should be doing taunt before that.
Well, it does work if the thing does an AoE attack as well.
Ooh, level 3.
Yeah, you should be able to get the talent art off of this one.
Ooh.
Oh, it's nice.
But that's the first time we've seen an Ouroboros talent art.
Yeah, they are very hard to do here in the beginning, for the reasons that I listed a moment ago.
Ow. Rude, also painful.
He's doing it again.
Well, whatever. He cannot factor in the chain attack. We're gonna get so much bonus the XP off you. Good enough for now. Yippee overrides everything. Don't think I'm doing enough damage for this to kill.
I think you might get it because you still have 2 more rounds left. Remember, Xeons doesn't use up a round off of the gauge.
Oh yeah, I think I might have to change my mind this, but
yes, finish with Mio. Don't use Tyon for this one, because Mio should be able to finish it, and you'll keep Tyon for the next round.
Nice.
That's good. Either Noah or Uni. Yeah, there you go. Tyon first. Oh, now you do the break. Thanks, game. I'm pretty sure one of those bullets hit for 1337, which is awesome.
Faff. Just one stray Levnis. Barely worth the effort.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to be what did this colony in.
Oh, if we could only see Yudi's flashback.
See, it was revenge. Commander, you did it.
So this works on its own?
Yes. That's a standard castle-issue autonomous Sentry Levnis.
Okay, so yeah, Levnis is used between both.
Yes, and Agnes specifically has Levnises, as he mentioned, that operate on their own. They don't need a pilot. Kevis does not have those. They always need a pilot for their Levnises.
Interesting.
Away from here.
I wonder if that's the thing with like the face mech on.
It's sure to have transmitted its combat data to the colony.
I did not make that connection, but you're probably right.
We are the ones it was fighting.
Right. Well, don't reckon there's anything more of use here. Let's go. Noah.
Gotcha.
Come on, send that other uni on. Yeah. Jesus.
I think it's a bit too late for anyone left here.
That sucks.
Also, I think Unique just kind of doesn't want to tell anyone about it because she doesn't know how to feel about it herself.
Uni?
Whew. Well, there's still some items here, and I see a canister over there.
I think there's a unique monster. It's around your level, but I think there's a unique around here somewhere.
I'm not going to go bother it, I just want this thing.
Yeah, fair.
Might as well claim
I was thinking that it showed up like here, but it might be like around the corner, instead of when you go for that canister there.
We've done our exploring, we've done our fighting. Now we move on a little bit, because that little pudgy console is planning something. Not sure I care for it. Look, did you not see that fight that we just had?
For real, though. Where did this thing even come from? I didn't see it at all.
Well, that's natural camouflage for you, mate.
I guess so, yeah.
Need a bit of stank on this fight.
Oh, I didn't even realize there was more. I thought it was just the 2 that originally appeared.
It's okay. I have many glorious wings up my sleeve.
Is this enemy gonna last long enough for you to do a totally unnecessary chain attack? No, it is super dead.
Goodbye.
I'm the girl with the gall.
Oh, I just realized we have a bunch of stuff to discuss.
Ah, because you picked up a lot of things in between sessions, right?
Well, just in general, going about hither and thither, so... Everybody, listen up. It's voice acting time. We've entered Colony Lambda's territory. That means the probability of our encountering Agnian forces, or Agnes forces, is very high. Before we get any closer to their patrol zone, we should prepare ourselves by resting. No one knows something's up.
I think they kind of realize, but they don't want to push her on it until she's ready.
Or here, let's go with Tyon's plan.
Anyone feel like taking a break?
Right, let's see what we got here.
Let's make the most of our break, guys.
Much better.
That definitely wiped away the trauma. Can I create some new gems? I haven't really been checking. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a really good gem to use for your tanks. Increasing aggro generated.
Gem's done. Looks good to me. Gem's done. Gem's done.
Gem's done, apparently.
Gem's done.
I sure wish they had more than one voice line for this.
Nope, sorry. Rest of the game is immaculate.
Looks good to me.
Not this, though.
That should be about enough.
I love how it's a mini version of the one from the original Colony 9. Alright, what we got here? Colony 9's Offseer.
I think we need to discuss this.
About those guys from Colony 9. They've really been coming in nowhere asking for Offseeing these days. I thought they had a new Offseer filling in for him. What's his name? Earl, a 4th termer. Yeah, that's the one. I guess he's just not as reliable as our Noah. He'd been doing the Offseeing until we got back to Colony 9, hadn't he? So he did. Sorry, a bit too British there. I don't really mind sending them off, but still. It just ain't possible for you to do the sending off in this fella's place every time.
It's such a long travel back, like every 10 minutes they need to send someone off. It's just so annoying.
We'd need to talk to Rold. He'll have a good overview on what's been going on with the soldiers. Let's meet up with him in the Colony 9 barracks and see what's going on. Something for me to do in between parts. Yeah, we have him.
Let's lay out the facts.
I heard that Colony 9's been having some major shortages. That's nothing new. But we didn't have so much of a problem with food and resources till Colony 9's rank dropped. So now frustrations are running high after one too many shortages. I saw a dude eat another dude. It was crazy. Is there anything we can do to help? Do you have an extra dude? I guess there isn't anything we can do to fix this right this moment. Resolving the food supply problem is the highest priority, isn't it? Everyone's sad when stomach empty. That's just science. That's one for VG Advisor. I've got an idea. Why don't we salt the earth? No, Uni. No.
Realistically, they should be able to just, like, find monsters and get meat from the monsters, but I guess some things are either, like, not safe to eat, or too tough to kill to get it, or, like, the meat's too gamey or whatever.
Battlefield is full of usable items with no owner. We just saw one. He's got a point. While we couldn't go back to our colonies, we survived with things we scrounged off various battlefields. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive. I agree. On an old battlefield, we'll probably be able to find resources other than food as well. How about we search the battlefield at Everblight Plain near Colony 9? There's one more place. The place where we met Guernica is another promising candidate. Apparently, there were dog tags for Guernica that you could pick up if you were savvy enough to actually explore that area before heading off. I was not, and then that one chick came in and picked him up and pissed off.
That scene appears no matter what, but the opportunity for you to pick up the dog tags is only when the party is, like, exploring all the boxes there and getting their new clothes. If you miss it then you miss it permanently. I don't think the dog tags are really so important that it's like you miss out on a quest or something, but it's a neat little thing that you can grab if you know it's there.
You used to collect them as well, didn't you, Uni? Yeah, I only got 4 though. Are they lucky because they're so hard to find? Bingo. I don't know where it came from, but they say if you find 7, they keep death away. Based on what? Hang on. There's not much point in a mechanic picking 7 of them to ward off death. They're non-combatants. Yeah, they're less likely to die in action. I don't know if there's anything to it. Why is Ven collecting them then? Ven from Colony 30? Oh, you think there's a good fortune clover spot somewhere a mechanic can reach? Yeah, I guess even that might be what I think. Just a lot of voice acting for the end of this part. Class! I say we go ask around. Looks like Yuri's going to add to her collection. Heh. God, I'm getting so many questions from this.
Let's lay out the facts.
Something bothering you, Noah? Your brow is awfully furrowed. Huh? Oh, sorry. I didn't realise I was making a face. Is there something on your mind? Yeah, it's nothing too important, though. Oh, really? You sure you're not remembering the thing about the husks? Well, you gotta be sassy. Oh, yeah, that has to be it. Am I really that easy to read?
It is your job, Noah.
We've known each other for so long, of course we can read your mind by now. You stay out of there between 5 and 8, that's Willie's time. You're talking about the husks that were left near the Stingbreeze funnel place. It'll be dangerous to send them off. They're right inside monster territory. Is it really bothering you that much? To be honest, I don't think I can let it go. I am an officer, after all. At the same time, though, it feels wrong to put everyone in danger just because I'm feeling uneasy. Holding back like that isn't you. We'd rather you just ask it straight up. And anyway, not like anyone here would object to sending off the husks. Riku might have something to say about that. Anyone other than an Oppon? Good. Motion carried. Noah, Mio, you're the officers here. You should make the judgment call. I'm sorry, everyone. Ah, no, scratch that. Thank you for going along with me on this. There you go. Don't be self-deprecating. If your friends offer help, take it. Melody of Morning. That's the sad version of Melody of Memory.
I feel like Melody of Memory was already a bit sad.
I think we need to discuss this.
Koi and Nine's been struggling ever since we cut them off from the others. No help in that, though. Still, it would be nice if we could do something to help. Maybe set up a Pizza Hut there, maybe a KFC. Combination. If you're asking what they need the most, then food, I guess. But that's only really the very top of a large pile of needs, seriously. They would have been used to getting some of their stuff directly from the castle. I reckon a bunch of people are feeling uneasy right now, like without any support. Yeah, the Queens ain't helping people who've essentially defected, that's for sure. The war with Agnes is dragging on longer than anyone thought it would.
You don't know the half of it, Uni.
There was a fucking spider crawling in front of me, I pimp-slapped that motherfucker and sent it flying. You can climb anywhere you want, just not in front of me while I'm doing this. You mean from the back, then? I remember, one that was blown away by the wind. We couldn't recover it. Really? I must still have the logs from back then. Got it. It's up the waterfall at Murmur Rise. Then let's take a gander and see if it's still there. So many quests.
So much stuff for you to do in between sessions.
Oh, I am blessed, hashtag. So you guys know those supply drops we've been seeing now and again? Yeah? What about them? Colonies we free from their clocks, they can't request supplies, can they? No, that wouldn't make any sense. The drops are aid from one of the castles or neighbouring friendlies. Even if one of the liberated colonies did file a request, nobody has a duty to honour it. Which means that wherever we see supplies being dropped, there must be a colony or troops we haven't freed yet. That's very handy, actually. Yeah, there's a good chance we'd encounter enemies in those areas.
Just so you know, the supply drops appear even if you've liberated all of the colonies in the game.
Fucking lies. Lies upon slander upon falsehoods.
It's just the game mechanic that's here, and it would be odd if it disappeared just because you did so much. Because it's still happening anyway.
Just a little treat for me.
The guide that I'm using does recommend 29 as the absolute limit, the highest that you should ever even think about going at this part of the game. Like, it says you shouldn't even get to this point if you're doing all of the quests. Like, you should stop at 27, but 29 is like, at this point, you should like stop what you're doing and just do story instead. That's what the guide says.
That is a very dramatic guide.
Definitely feels stronger.
Oh God, I'm so sorry, Noah. Aim it away next time, Tyon. Jesus. Alright, I think it's time to rest.